I say that everybody's going to come in there, and we're going to make sure everybody's sitting up straight, eyes on me. Nobody's going to be writing while I'm talking. Change looks like this. So let's say we're building this, look, this nice little awesome line. And all of a sudden is that some of us want change. But I tell you is that I need you to change from being like having this attitude and being so frustrated to changing and being this awesome person. The first thing that happens, and all of a sudden you want change, you want change, you want change, and you want change. But what happens is that you're like, man, I don't trust you yet. So you're like, okay, I'm going to wait. So 5 of us are waiting for change and saying, well, let's see if it works, right? So, and then the other ones are like, I just don't want to change at all. I don't even care to change. Not helping me. So look at my board, right? Look at what it looks like for when change happens. Change only happens, watch when change happens. So all of a sudden I got this little line here. So up here is these little dots. And we're going up, right? And then change happens. And this is our time. So the first thing that happens when I come in, the first thing that we call it in with adults, we say betrayal. So there's a lack of trust, right? Bascome. Coming and changing. This is how I act. So there's a lack of trust. So we'll get that lack of trust. Now think about it. There's 5 of us that's saying, yes, I want to change, but you're going to have to build my trust. So 5 of you saying that right now. Then I got another group of 4 that's saying, yeah, I want to change, but I'm unsure. Let me see how this is all going to work, right? That's that group. How is it all going to work? Then I got another 5 or another 4 that's saying, nope, I don't want to change. Because it's not even going to do nothing for me. Guess what happens? What do you think comes after trust? When you start to trust, what do you think the next line is? Yes?
You start to go low.
Hmm?
You start to go down.
Oh, you're going up now. Because you got trust now, right? You're trusting now. You're trusting Bascome's making change. Because you want change. Now your next piece is we call denial. But what we're going to do here is that all of a sudden I got trust. But now I'm unsure. I've got that unsurety, like I'm unsure, like, is it working? Not sure if it's working. So now you're unsure if it's working, but you still want change. Guess what happens? Now this 5 has moved to unsure. Now they're like, man, I think this is cool. What happens after being unsure and you're still developing and change is coming, like, now you're moving to the next thing. What do you think the next piece is going to do? Because now you're climbing the ladder, right? What do you think the next piece is? Because now you're sure now. You got it, right? What do you think the next one is? Good to fit in. Yeah. Now it's like, oh, Bascome, this is cool. Now you try to fit in. We call that in my world identity crisis. Where do I fit in? Where do I fit in? Because change. I'm excited about this. You're doing all these awesome things. Where do I fit in? We call that identity crisis. And now for you is how do I fit in? Guess what's next? Now you're trying to help me. You're trying to help me now, right? Because change is, now you're committed to change. What do you think you're doing next if you're trying to help me? You're trying to help me. What do you think? Yes? Yes, you're going to work. Yes, you're going to find solutions. Guess what happens? Guess when change starts? That's when change starts. Guess what happens when these 5 have reached this type of change and they're like, yep, Coach, I'm on board. Coach Coop, I'm on board. I'm going with all the rules. I'm going with all these things that we talked about. Guess what happens with this group? Look at our line. Where do you think they are when you're here? They could be just here, right?
Yeah.
They could be just getting through unsure. Guess what happens to this group? That's not looking for too much change and not bothered. What happens to them? Where could they be? They could be still getting. Exactly. So guess what? Do you think change, because of this model, do you think change can happen overnight? Do you think that I'm expecting you to change in 1 week?
Yes.
Some. Which group you think would change in a week?
The 5.
The group that trusts and wants change. You have to want change. You have to want to be more. You have to want to stop saying, you know what, enough's enough. I'm tired of being shouted at. I'm tired of it. Let's just change. So you're going to have to figure out now, where's my space? If you're here, it's okay. Don't get angry. I'm not angry at you if you're not looking for change. It's my job to make it happen. Now, how can we, as we're doing well and are changing and trying to be great and trying to do these awesome things, change these guys? How can we change the ones that don't want change? Because we don't want to leave them behind, right? What can we do?
You could try to be a good leader and try to influence them to try to do what we're doing?
Brilliant. Keep going because we're still gonna yes.
Support them and helping them change.
Yes. Cool. Encourage them. Guess what? Now, could you imagine? Could you imagine? You don't want change. You're like, I'm changing. You all can go up on the top, but I'm not changing. But guess what? Suppose I say, well, we're doing some team building today. You'll be like, team building? That sounds cool. We're going to go Dave and Buster's. We're going to do some little team competitions. Oh, Dave and Buster's? Oh, we're going to get pizza. What happened? What do you think would happen? Yes. So what we're doing is we call that we're changing the climate. You know when it rains outside, what we do? Man, we can't do nothing. As soon as the sun comes out, what happens?
Go outside.
The climate has changed. So we're gonna change the weather. We're gonna change the bad stormy weather to the sun. And we're gonna bring it out. So that's what I'm doing here. 3 different climates. You get it?
Yes.
Awesome. You're gonna have a conversation. Don't expect change to happen so quickly.